Hello, fellow investors. Today we're going to talk about beginning your investment for retirement after the age of 50. Now, I want to tell you up front, and I'm going to tell you the whole show here. Your biggest problem is taking too much risk. I have over half of my over 50 investors never buy a piece of investment real estate because they don't have time to develop it, or maybe they can't afford to. But it's not, real estate isn't the end all be all. It's righteously very good in the end for capital growth, especially. But it can be replaced. What I get is EIULs, which is a way to get fixed tax-free income, and notes. Now, if you want the notes to be tax-free, you can put it in with money that you used out of your Roth IRA. And I've had a few women who were, a couple were widows, some of them were divorced, come to me, and I didn't sell them real estate. I'll use one as an example. She owned a free and clear duplex. It got free and clear when her husband passed. She was going to get, counting her husband's Social Security, she was going to end up with about $32,000 in Social Security, hers and his, when she was 67. Now, she turned 67 2 years ago. So she's getting $32,000 plus whatever minuscule raises Social Security gives you. What we did, we felt it was better to get her notes because she started with $125,000. So what we did was we kept 25 in the bank and we put 100,000 into 3 separate small second position trust deeds securing notes. And we had, when we were done, we had bought them for a total discount of about 15% off the balances of those 3 loans. She was making, to begin with, about 11.75% on the payments. We knew the payments were going to pay off in 5 years or less because that's how we planned it. When she came to me, she was 52. She had just turned 52. Her Social Security was going to start at 67. And she made a little bit of money on the rent on the bottom part of her duplex. It was a 2-story duplex. Now, what we did was, one of those 3 paid off in the second year. Well, that second year was a boon to us because we got paid. That was the biggest discount we had. And it was a $40,000 note. And we bought another note. This time, we bought a 52.5 note for $40,000. And it was paying off more than $5,000 a year. So now she was making more than 12% on the payments alone. The house that it was on had appraised at just under $400,000. The first loan that was on it was just under $200,000. So we were fine on equity, and we just kept going. Now, like I said, she turned 67, and she is now making $45,000 a year on note payments. It's not bad. She's had some fantastic luck. She's built her capital invested up to $300,000. and she's making tremendous interest on it because we got some terrific discounts in the last notes that we bought. So now she's making $32,000. It's probably more than that now, Social Security. And she's got, I think it's just under $45,000 in note payments. And she made the sacrifice of changing her traditional IRA to Roth. She put everything in there. And every time it paid off, we did it again inside the Roth. So all the new stuff was completely tax-free, 100%. So now she's making over $70,000, almost $80,000 a year. Only $32,500 is taxable. She's as happy as a bug in the rug. And meanwhile, in those 15 years or so, do you think her rent went up or down on the vacant floor of her duplex? So she's doing fine. She's living and doing whatever she wants. She visits her grandkids all the time. They're only 50 miles away. Now, she teaches everybody a lesson here. And the lesson is understanding that risk is your enemy. The second you take too big of a risk that comes to fruition on the downside, you're probably not for sure, but you're probably dead in the water. And you can't afford to do that. So don't yield to the big money you're going to make because the risk is a little higher. You cannot afford it when you're over 50. And Social Security is going to be your only backup to this income. I hope that makes sense to you. We're going to talk more on this subject on another show.